I am so excited. You know, I feel sorry for people that don't have an Eddie in their lives. I do. I feel sorry for people that doesn't have somebody in their life like Eddie. So dependable that you can count on, and nothing but the truth is there. And so guess why I'm so excited today? Because on top of all his pluses, his mama and his grandmama, well, his mama is still a great cook, and his grandma was a great cook. So Eddie comes to the South with these recipes that were very important to his family, to the little Yankees up there, right? Are you considered a Yankee?
Yes, I guess so. I know I'm a New Englander.
A New Englander. Okay. I didn't know there was a difference.
There is.
Well, I'm telling you what, a lot of Yankees come here and visit us, and I love every one of them.
I've been a Southerner longer than I've been a New
Englander. I know. So. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? So I came in the other day, and Eddie had made this cake. And I said, what is that? It made my tongue want to slap my brains out. It was so good. So I asked him if he would make a video of him making this cake. And he said, yes, it's normal and very accommodating. So what is the name of this? When did you first eat it? We want to know everything.
Well, going through comments for a while now, people have been asking for a chocolate cake recipe.
Are they gonna be happy or what?
And I started thinking. I think I was maybe around 13 when I was trusted to get into the kitchen by my
without burning the house down.
Right.
So I don't know if I've ever told y'all this, but Eddie is one of 9 children. So he had to elbow a lot of people out of the way to get his share of food.
I was at the end of the line. So
yeah. You didn't have to fight too hard.
I didn't have to fight too hard.
Okay, but I want to get this said so you can tell your story, because I don't want to interrupt. But this is a little tip that I like to do. I take a piece of wax paper. This one's got a edge to it, so it's kind of hard for me to get to. But I just set my cake pan on it, and then I fold it in 2, and then I just cut that out, and it fits in the bottom of my pan, because I want to make sure these cakes don't stick, because there is absolutely nothing worse than spending your time, money, and energy baking a cake that sticks to the pan. It's happened to me many times before. So this will just go right in the bottom of that pan. But before I put that in, I will squirt it with a little non-stick so that this will kind of stick to it and not move around. And then I spray my pan really, really well. So that's just a quick tip for y'all. All right, I'm not going to interrupt your story. Go.
Okay. So this is.
I can listen to his stories all day.
This is going to be kind of something for Father's Day.
Yeah.
And I think
Did your daddy like these?
My dad, I don't think was really that big of a sweets person, but he always tried. No matter what we made, he always tried, and he would give his opinion. And he always had an opinion.
Well, I wonder who that sounds like.
But
do you know anybody that sounds like?
No. And I always like opinions, though.
I do too.
I may not agree with them.
Eddie, that's right. Eddie kids me all the time about I am a, what am I? What do you say I am? Gosh, when I want everybody's opinion on something.
I say you decorate by committee.
Yeah, by committee. I'll ask everybody that comes in here something. Okay, I'm not interrupting.
So, I started thinking about chocolate cakes, and I knew my mother had a little spiral notebook that she had forever, and I remember going through it, and lots of them were from my grandmother's recipes. And I knew she had a mayonnaise chocolate cake.
Yeah.
And I cannot find it, but my mother said, "How about Grammy's chocolate cake?" And I said, "Well, I thought they were all her recipes, but apparently this is a chocolate cake that's a little different. There's no eggs in it." And the way it kind of comes out is almost like a whoopie pie. And if you're from New England, New Englanders have their own recipes for whoopie pies. And checking out
it's like an inside-out whoopie pie.
You're right. It's a reverse whoopie pie. We're gonna go in and frost this cake with my grandmother's recipe for whoopie pie frosting. And it is so decadent. You take a bite and then you want another one immediately.
Y'all got to try this.
So
this is easier than whoopie pies, making all the individual ones, you know.
Right.
This is just one big cake.
One big cake, yes. So we're going to start with...
if you want me to do anything at all, just ask me, but I'm going to sit down now.
Okay.
Your pans are ready, Leroy.
We're going to start with 3 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar. And this is pretty much a dump and stir type of recipe. There's no, sifting and all that.
What you love.
2/3 cups of cocoa.
Eddie's using the spaghetti measurer.
No. This is the Danish whisk that someone sent you.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was a spaghetti measurer.
Yes. When we packed things up, I just found it, and it's a whisk.
Well, I sure did. I thought that was spaghetti for one, spaghetti for two, and spaghetti for a family. Okay, I'm shutting up.
2 teaspoons of baking soda. 1 teaspoon salt. And this has a little bit of vinegar. 2 teaspoons of vinegar. And then 2/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. And we're going to beat this until it's smooth.
Mm-hmm. So this is a very easy cake to make, right, Eddie?
Yes. Yeah, I'm making it.
Are you plugged in? The kids may have turned it off. Did they turn off the power? When Millie comes in, she wants
pushes everything.
Yeah.
And then let's see. There is 2 cups of cold water.
Now, doesn't that sound strange that you would use milk or buttermilk for it?
Yeah, and it still comes out so decadent. Definitely, if you like whoopie pies, that's all I can say it reminds me of.
Very, very much.
Although I don't think my grandmother necessarily frosted this with her
the fluff
with the whoopie pie icing. I believe she would have used just like a buttercream icing.
Well, to me, this cake screams for the fluff frosting. It screams for that.
And the frosting has some shortening in it too.
Yeah.
Which makes it.
My recipe for, my recipe is called Two Brothers Chocolate Gobs. I used to make them for my children when they were little bitty boys. And it has solid shortening in it as well.
All right, so now
so
we'll
good. It's
even
a
it
thin
up.
batter, isn't it? Kind of on the thin side.
Yes. Okay, so this is nicely beaten up right now.
Nice and smooth.
And the last step we're going to do is add 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Oh, you're so good. You measure yours.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I think you're cheating yourself. Sometimes.
Oh no, I always. I don't think I've ever cheated. And it seemed to me you cheated yourself because it wasn't to the top of that spoon.
We'll make it up in the frosting.
In the frost.
Okay, and it smells so good right now. That chocolate and vanilla.
Oh. Holy white, y'all.
Okay, so we will divide it evenly. You know, my mother said that my grandmother sometimes made it in a deep cake pan. And I think my mother actually makes it sometimes in a bundt pan. But so her recipe said 60 minutes. No, I did 2.
So that had to be
it had to have been a deep
had to have been a
pan. Doing it in the 2 8-inch or 9-inch pans, it really only took between 25 and 30 minutes.
Right,
So
normal,
after 20 minutes,
yeah.
just start checking.
Well, you know, I like your way better because it gives you more fluff.
Well, yeah, it definitely.
I wouldn't
Definitely
want a bundt
has
cake
the-
with one layer of fluff.
Yes. Yes. This gives you lots of icing
Yes.
this way.
Unless you take it out of the bundt, slice it half in 2, and then.
Right. Okay, so
How do you measure yours to
Well,
make sure it's
I measure it the
even?
way I told Teresa. I measured it the way that you measured it because it seemed
it works.
makes sense.
Yeah, it works good.
Doing cup by cup, and
Yeah.
so we'll go on and get that done.
Okay, to me that just is assures that your cakes are going to be level. Because, you know, I don't want one fat one and then one skinny one. I want them to be, you know, close to being the same size.
All right, so we're all cleaned up and evened out on the cake plates. And I don't think we really have to worry about too much. They seem to settle in there pretty well. But we're gonna go in and bake it at 350.
Okay, I've got your oven. You want me
You
to
got
take
them?
these?
Yep.
Yes.
And I would say that if you're doing it with the two pans, you know, start checking it after 20 minutes.
Okay.
And when the toothpick comes out clean, then they are ready.
All right, this is the good part, y'all. I mean, this is the good.
And that chocolate, I mean, you can just smell that chocolate.
Yes. Now, sometimes you'll take your knife and you'll level these off, like they do at the bakery.
Yeah, when I made the last cake, it really kind of rounded off
Did
on
a
the
dome,
top.
real dome.
Yeah. So these actually came out really nice.
Good.
So I'm going to double the recipe that she has for her frosting,
Yes,
so that the entire cake is covered and you got plenty in the middle.
Yes.
Yes. So let's see, 2.5 cups of confectioner's sugar.
Okay.
And
Why don't I read out?
Yeah.
Why don't I read out? Now, are these doubled or is this?
This is all doubled. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is.
Where is the single recipe for people?
I don't have. Well, this is. If they're going to do a cake, this is about the amount of frosting that they're going to need.
So whoopie pie filling doubled recipe.
Tell me what to add.
2 tablespoons of shortening.
So that's 4.
Well, no, this is already doubled.
Yeah, it's already doubled.
Yeah, I already doubled it on there.
1 cup of butter. Yes. I like this recipe. 2.5 cups of confectionate sugar.
That's in there.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
And I'm not going to shred it this time. See,
Okay.
yeah,
Give us what we get. And a 14-ounce jar of marshmallow fluff. Is that a 14 ounce?
This is actually, I couldn't find a 14. This is 16. So
good.
we just won't scoop it
So
all.
we got some extra
We got something to
fluff.
play with.
Yeah, everybody needs a little extra fluff. Oh my gosh. Do you need a rubber spatula?
Yeah, that would be great.
That's what I thought. And I'm gonna spray this spatula so it won't stick so bad for you. There you go.
All right. And I think I'm going to start beating it up a little bit before I add it all in there.
Holy moly!
And I remember whoopie pies. It wasn't something my mother made all the time. But if there was a party or definitely a bake sale, this was something that was made.
Did y'all have cake walks? Now, when I was in grammar school, we used to have cake walks.
I didn't have a cakewalk.
And-
We had bake sales. Where you had everything.
Well, it was so much fun. They had squares, and you would walk around, and when the music stopped, I can't remember. When the music stopped,
It was your number on the square.
Yeah, on the square.
And then they would pick a number, and if you were on that number,
Yes.
you won a cake.
Yes.
And you had no choice as to what cake it was?
No, you got to pick.
I was going to say, I think you got to pick.
But as it got slimmer, then you were just, whatever was on the table was
You
what.
were left with the leftovers. See if that doesn't work better for you. Yeah, see, spraying that helps a little. Helps it to run off of. Do you want me to do that for you while you
If you want,
mix?
okay.
Here, let me help you.
There's not that much left in there.
We're going to get everything out of it.
I know if you use the whole jar, it works because that's what I did the last time.
Well, we ain't changing this right. Wonder how this would do if you melted it a little.
Melted.
Fluff, just a minute.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know that I would want to make it too wet.
Well, I was thinking for other things, not necessarily for this cake, but. This stuff is hard to get out of here, isn't it? This is the worst part of all of it, I think. Getting the fluff out. I should have sprayed my hands too. Ooh, I'd like to fix me a cup of coffee now and just stir my coffee with it.
All right. Well, I think that is it.
Well, I'm still scraping a little bit more, Eddie. Look at that.
Got a little bit
at least a good tablespoon. I think we're done now.
And I think what works best is if you refrigerate this a little bit, let it firm up a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yes, and we stuck the cake. I stuck the cake in the refrigerator the last time because I was going back to it too much. So I thought if it was out of sight, it would be gone.
Forget about it.
And I thought it tasted great when it was chilled, like a whoopie pie.
I was surprised because usually I don't like a cold cake, but I love the way it was cold.
Yeah. It didn't change it at all. So I'm
Can we
gonna
put this last little scoop in since I've licked all of it?
I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and we'll come back across the cake. Okay, so we went on and got the first layer done, and I added just a little bit more in the middle, just so that you had that
I noticed that on the last one.
nice thick center.
Yes. Do you need some toothpicks so it won't slide off? Or
It was, that was my mistake the last time. I think I did not wait long enough for the cake to be, and it started it started moving on me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. This one might still move. I don't know. It's.
Well, I'll get you some toothpicks if you feel like you need them.
Yeah. Why don't we stick a pick in the middle?
Okay. I know I've had to chase them all over the board before because I didn't have a toothpick in it. You want me to just stab it?
Yeah.
Oops.
Just remember where you put them. So.
Well, if somebody swallows a toothpick, they're taking too big a bite.
Okay, and at this point, I would go in and get a big glass of cold milk ready so that you can slice it and sit down and not be interrupted in any way and enjoy this decadent treat.
Well, hurry, we hungry. What are you doing now?
All right, it's done. We're ready to cut
What
into
you
it.
got in your hand?
I'm just gonna put some chocolate sprinkles on top.
Oh, okay.
Just
Don't put them on my piece.
Don't put it on your piece.
I said the same thing. I said,
You're going to
I just
go
want
away
what's
with.
really real in there.
Okay, well we won't do it. Then.
No, put some on half of it or
Oh,
whatever.
there's no point in doing that.
Okay.
We'll just cut into it.
I just want the real taste of this cake. Yeah, little slivers. Because I expect I'll be coming back. Oh, you've got the plate too.
Voila.
Look at that, y'all. Now you know that's ever more good.
Teresa.
That cake is so moist.
Yeah.
Teresa, would you like some? It
I really like it when it's chilled a little bit.
it's good either way, Eddie.
The icing, I think, just makes it.
Yes, I found myself last time eating it like that. Cutting it.
Yeah. So I would say if you're looking for a dessert for Father's Day, this would be a good one to make.
If your father is a chocolate eater, I think he will love this.
It is a good treat. And in our house, we call it Grammy Langley's chocolate cake.
Grammy who?
Langley.
Langley. Grammy Langley's chocolate cake.
So happy Father's Day.
Grammy Langley.
Langley.
Langley. This frosting's got my tongue glued to the roof of my mouth. So I just always love it when Eddie shares his family's recipes. I'm always enthralled and interested, what went on in everybody else's kitchen.
You know what I love? This cake actually has a little bit of a crunchy, almost like a cookie top to it.
That's what I said last time when it sat in the refrigerator. You bit into it. Oh gosh, I just lost a crumb.
Yeah,
And it had a crunch to it.
It has a moist part and it's a, kind of not quite a brown.
Where was the crunch? Was it the bottom of it? No, I think it was the top. So, what are you going to share with us next?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go visit my
Call Carol.
mom and see what she's got.
Thank you, Carol. Keep them coming. Toot toot. Happy Father's Day.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.